Jimmy Osmond here.
You had to play that.
We've been coaching them to do that. Because,
oh, yes. I'll pay you later, yeah.
This is the sort of reaction you've been used to in your career.
Those were the crazy days.
Does that get a bit boring in time?
Oh, how do you get bored with that, huh?
Yeah.
No, it's amazing. We've had such a wonderful ride to still do what you love for so many years is a blast, you know.
A friend of mine's an Osmond fanatic, and she texted me earlier. She said, he's the wealthiest Osmond and the glue that keeps them together. Are you
Don't tell Donnie that.
Are you the wealthiest and are you the glue? That's what...
I don't know. I think I'm the most extravagant, I would say, out of my family. That doesn't necessarily mean you're the wealthiest.
Okay.
No.
But you know what? At this stage of my life, I'm learning I don't want any stuff. Do you guys? I get sick of stuff. I just want to enjoy my life, fill it full of many memories as I can, and be with my loved ones that I like, you know? And...
No, I still want stuff, actually.
I knew you were going to say that. Right, we're talking beards.
Beards.
David Beckham, particularly. Look, he's sporting this at the minute.
Yeah.
I'm unsure about this on him, if I'm being honest.
What do you think?
He looks a bit like a billy goat to me.
Yeah.
But no, you know, everyone loves David Beckham. He looks good in anything. He's one of those kind of guys, I guess.
So you think the thumbs up for that? Possibly?
No, I don't.
No, okay, good.
I'd be cutting that.
In the last few weeks, these were taking Jim Carrey.
Whoa!
On the hairy side.
He looks like Ricky Tomlinson.
He does.
Looks like...
And
looks
also,
like a Wookiee.
Yeah, Brad Pitt made himself look somewhat foolish, I would say.
Oh, I don't know about that. I quite like
You
that.
like it, huh?
Have you got any hirsute brothers? Anyone?
I do. I have a brother, Merrill.
Yeah.
He looks like Kenny Rogers with his beard. He's got white hair. You know?
Yeah. That's a
we
good
introduce
look.
him as Kenny Osmond.
We want your beardy pictures. If you've got a magnificent beard, or even if you've just got a silly wispy goatee that your family would like to mock, send us a picture and we'll stick the best on at the end of the show. bbc.co.uk/the one. So all kind of beards, bomb fluff or magnificent big beards. Very much looking forward to seeing
you
them.
can say that.
Bomb fluff. No, that's fine. I've checked that. That's fine.
It's 40 years today since Rupert Murdoch took over The Sun, heralding a new era in tabloid journalism.
The paper's come to wield a huge amount of clout in all spheres of British life, attracting controversy and often grudging respect in equal measure.
We asked Giles Brandreth to look back on how The Sun rose to become Britain's biggest daily paper.
These days, £800,000 wouldn't buy you a house in central London, but in 1969, that was the price Rupert Murdoch paid when he bought the Sun newspaper from its base here in Bouverie Street. Murdoch immediately turned the Sun from broadsheet to tabloid. Its first front page was the template that it's followed ever since, an exclusive story to get its readers talking.
He comes in and provides them with all these things they never had before in newspapers. All the sex, masses of sports coverage, lots of gossip, lots of celebrity, lots of controversy, and changes popular journalism in Britain forever.
But not everyone is so keen on Rupert Murdoch and The Sun.
For me, The Sun is really like the fast food of journalism. It's spicy, it's cheap, it's great fun. But if you only ever ate fast food, you'd have a problem. And if you only ever read The Sun, you'd also have a problem.
For a lot of people, it's the only thing they read in the whole of their lives. So yes, a lot of it is the fun of the fair, but in there is the news you need to know about Washington, or the financial crisis, or what's happened in Indonesia or everywhere else. So it all gets in there.
But is what's in there the voice of the people or the voice of the proprietor?
You cannot overestimate in the late 70s and early 80s the political significance of The Sun. Because if you're getting a relentless mix of news and opinion, The Sun saying Thatcher's great and the Labour leader Neil Kinnock is rubbish, over time that changes perceptions.
The famous headline, it was The Sun what won it. It has the biggest number of floating or shifting voters. So yes, crucially important.
As a working journalist, you'd pick up The Sun and you'd wonder what taboo are they going to break today? Which article in the journalist's code of conduct is going to get slaughtered today?
No Sun front page affronted more than its reporting of the Hillsborough disaster.
In Liverpool, we learned a long time ago what to do.
Hillsborough was a terrible incident and a terrible moment for the Sun newspaper. I'm not dodging it. I wasn't personally involved, but I was working at the Sun. They got it wrong. Apologies have been made. It was a mistake. We move on.
I think the worst of the Sun is this rather unnecessary, nasty brutalism, which it doesn't do so much now, but which was very true in its heyday. I think that debased our society and devalued the kind of society we are.
No, the Sun is not a bullying newspaper, only when somebody deserves to be bullied. And they will always take on the big guys. They don't bully the little guys. If there's someone out there who's doing something wrong, if they're ripping off the readers, if a business is downright dangerous or illegal, yes, they'll bully then, and good luck to them.
In 1970, the Sun's naked pursuit of profit brought us Britain's first page 3 girl, Stephanie Rahn.
It's pornography. It's a very mild form of pornography, but the only reason those pictures are there is because the girl's topless. It's gratuitous. There's no news in that.
If the readers don't like it anymore, the Sun are so brilliantly commercial, they'll drop it like a red-hot stone.
Almost 40 years on, Kerry Hall is the latest page 3 girl. It's the Sun what run it. And here you are on page 3. Text pages to, oh, I could get you on my phone.
Yes, you can.
And a video of you.
And that, yeah.
You're comfortable with all this, are you?
Yeah.
You didn't think it was a bit rude?
No, as long as you keep your knickers on.
Ah, that's the rule in life,
yes.
is it?
I feel very proud to be a part of the Sun.
40 years from now, they may still be a Sun, but it'll probably be online. The days when over 3 million people go out and put their hard-earned cash down on the newspaper counter to pick up dead trees with black ink printed on them, that'll be over in 40 years.
That's excellent advice from that young lady there, wasn't it? You can't argue with that.
Some people say, in fact, that page 3 today now epitomises where the Sun is. A little bit sleazy and a little bit old-fashioned. Right for the Benny Hill, Bernard Manning generation, but wrong for 2009. But the truth is, it is still the world's best-selling daily English-language newspaper. More than 3 million people a day buy the Sun. It began, though, as a broadsheet, descended from the Daily Herald, owned by the Mirror Group for a while. 5 years in, it failed, and along came Mr. Murdoch with his Australian chirpiness, and this is from the first week of The Sun. And the rest, frankly, is journalistic history.
Wow.
It's still the same, more or less, isn't it?
It's the same, more or less. It did things that hadn't been done before. It brought us sex, glamour, sport, TV, celebrity. These things were new to popular newspapers. It was also the first working person's newspaper that backed the Conservatives. Quite a development. And indeed, it seems to be backing the Conservatives again.
Jimmy, I'm sure you've appeared
I
in its
remember
pages.
the Sun, yes. You know, one of the things that I remember, it didn't matter if they said nice things about you or bad things about you. As long as they spelled your name right and you were in the Sun, it was great. Right. You know, and they did both for our family over the years.
Yeah. But always spelt the name right. That's
they always spelled the name right.
Thing.
Yes.
But what I like about it, there is a certain wit about it. There's a lightness of touch to it. Their headlines are often works of genius, aren't they?
Fearless, also, right from the beginning. Cheeky, cocky, Australian. Some people think that's actually where it all went wrong. It brought a kind of dumbing down vulgarity to Britain. Some people also say it was incredibly negative. But the brilliance of the writing can't be denied. I mean, Gotcha is an awful headline. It only ran for the first edition that night of the sinking of the Belgrano. But my goodness, it's how people, in many ways, remember the Falklands War. It's always backed our boys as well. Some would accuse it of bloodlust. Others would accuse it of being actually patriotic.
Okay.
I think they should bring back the page 7 fella.
Ah, that's where we first met. Do you remember?
Actually, no. We met many years ago, though.
We did.
But it wasn't on page 7, thank you very much.
It certainly wasn't. Oh, no.
17 million of us use the auction website eBay every month, and with millions of pounds changing hands every day, it's an obvious target for fraudsters.
Dom Littlewood has a cautionary tale, not for buyers, but sellers.